Oh my gosh.
Reid, it's Joe Moore speaking. How are you today?
Pretty good for 97-year young.
Yep.
Hi, Reid. Patty Barsotti. How are you?
Patty, bless your heart. Boy,
Hi,
So
Reid.
nice
This
to
is
see you.
Caesar. I'm from the Burbank Noon Club, the Rose Float Club, Eye of the Tiger Club, and also the Literacy Club of Southern California. And I just wanted to join in on this auspicious occasion and wish you the best of health and luck and many more birthdays.
it's an honor. You give me great
So,
honor.
Reid, are you surprised that we're all here for you?
Yes. Yes. Not that I didn't know every one of you and admiration.
Hello, Reid. Nelson Tucker here, wishing you a very happy birthday.
Thank you, Nell. My golly, you look younger than you did 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Happy birthday, Reid. This is Jane Erickson, wishing you a very happy birthday all the way from Bellevue, Nebraska.
Thank
He's
you.
in Nebraska.
Yes, oh, what a challenge.
Hi, Reid. This is Mel Matthews, and Donna and I wish you a happy birthday. You're looking well.
Thank you. I feel very humble for all these friends over the years.
Reid, this is Tom DiGiulio, your partner on the Rose Float in 2013.
Oh, yes.
Rosemary and I send our love to you, and we're so glad to see you, and have a very, very happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
Mr. Allen, this is Cyrus,
Cyrus.
your manager. How are you?
Well, you kind of upset the university club somehow.
That's me. Happy birthday,
Thank you, sir.
and many more.
Well, thank you. I'll take care. I'll take that under advisement.
All right, we'll give everybody until 12:10 before we start the actual show. As we always have some late arrivals, and that way they won't come in the middle of the PowerPoint presentations that we have lined up for today's meeting. But there's two PowerPoints that we'll be presenting. One that I put together for the day of the event, which was a accumulation of pictures and items that people sent in to me when we were planning Reid's 90th birthday party at the University Club. And then there's a second set of pictures that I don't remember who did it. It may have been Dr. Bill who did the pictures at the event, but then we have a number of pictures that show the people that were there and participated at the birthday party. And then if we have time, I've got a few other items that we can add in, but we'll see how we do on time, because I want to leave time at the end. So if you still want to visit with Reid and talk to him, I spent almost an hour with him yesterday testing the system, make sure he could get on and we could see him. So I said, well, we'll talk again tomorrow, Reid.
You're very humble. Very humble. Thank you for the work.
So we got, so far we got 28 people on the call, Reid.
My God, really.
Yep.
Oh, thank you. Good digging in. Thank you.
And there are a number of people that said they would have been there, but they had other commitments. That's why we're going to record this. And Anna's going to help me get it up on YouTube so that we can send out a link, and anybody who missed it but still wants to see what happened can go watch it anytime they want. I was up watching the VCon the other day. I went to the link on YouTube and watched a little bit of that. I'm going to probably send out to our members who may have missed that the first time. That was a fabulous event. Looking forward to the one for the district that I'm sure Tim and Anna and others are going to be putting together, and will give us that chance to interact and still have some of the events that we would normally have at a district convention.
You've done a wonderful job, honestly, Craig. I don't know how this all could come together without your doing and leadership.
Well, we all have to adapt to the new environment. It's, you know, not something we ask for, but it's here. We have to deal with it. So we're dealing with it the best way we can and trying to stay in communication so that we, you know, we don't fall far behind and totally lose track of what's going on and lose track of friends, what they've been up to, because, you know, everybody's struggling in their own ways to deal with it.
Did you get in touch with Don Kennedy?
You know, I tried to get a hold of him, but the email I had didn't work. And so it got rejected, but I did try.
Okay. I'm just so flabbergasted by all of this compliment.
He was clearly a key person.
Yes, you better believe it.
Don was a key person in your 90th birthday event. So
that's right. He flew out from the east and presented me with something I was so overtaken by it.
We'll revisit those events when we get into the PowerPoint, because we have pictures of that and the other people who got up and had some words to say about you and you know, how much you meant to them, and hope that you enjoy your 90th birthday party, which I think everybody that was there will probably had a good time, and you know, saw a lot of people that came from all over the country to see you.
No, I don't know how I fooled them.
Oh my goodness, there's a vet. We even got a vet today.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, all right, hey, Joe.
Well, we're getting some firsts even for our own members.
Hello, how's everyone?
Good. Good to see you, vet.
Oh, it's great to be seen. It's good to see everybody. Where's the birthday boy?
He's somewhere on that screen.
He's on the screen.
There he is. I see him.
We got 30 people on the call so far, so.
He's under guest, so Craig, shouldn't you rename our honored guest? He's just a guest, but he's more important than a guest.
Let's see if I can do that one.
He is the guest of honor.
I'm very humble.
Hi, Reid. It's Denise Parker from Indianapolis. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Thank you. Did you take off from the international to do this?
No, we're all still working from home.
No, are you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How's Bill? Okay.
Oh, he's doing well. He's on a call right now.
Okay, is there anything else?
Well, I'm so humbly honored by the show of sincere friendship. I never thought this would ever happen to little old me. And we've got all these people I'm talking to are great. Hello. Hello.
All right. Well, I've gotten some helpful hints from Anna so that we record this thing properly. And I think at this point, we'll start going through the introductions. We have a large number of guests here today.
Mm-hmm.
And we go down the list and formally introduce those people that are here. Once I can get the chat thing. And I'm going to go down based on the order of the participants on my screen here. So we have Bruce Hennings from the district office, Bill Ingram, Bob Wyckoff. Bob Wyckoff is on the call, on the meeting. Looks like Margot's on the meeting here, Margot Dutton. Past International President Jane Erickson, past International President Nelson Tucker, past District Governor Pete Edwards. We have Cyrus from the University Club, Yvette McDowell, our Division 10 Lieutenant Governor-elect Pat Fulton, Anna Wu, and Cheryl Olmsted.
Oh my.
We have our current Lieutenant Governor, Chris Glazer, Dave Schmidt,
Dave, San Diego.
Denise Parker from Kiwanis International.
Yes.
We have Jennifer Chavez from the District Foundation. And we have Jeannie from our Pasadena Club, Jody. Shut off my phone. Joe Moore from our club. Looks like, and Kristen from our club. Mario Manzano. Mel Matthews from Pasadena Club. Past Governor Patty Barsotti. Pete and Diane Horton, the district treasurer of all kinds of district organizations. Past Governor Rocky Barsotti. Past Governor Dick Olmsted, trustee, international trustee, and candidate for
When you called, you know,
what is international vice president.
Very humble, very humble.
We've also got Tom DiGiulio, which was a surprise. Good to see you, Tom. And past international president and past international president Steve Siemens. Current district governor Timothy Cunning. Trina Kreider from the district office.
Yes.
And the name shuffled. Caesar Milch from the Rose Float Club and the other clubs that he mentioned. Let's see. I think I've got everybody, although the list shuffled when I was going through there. So if I missed anybody, let me know, or just announce yourself.
Thank you.
All right. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go into the PowerPoint presentations. Again, the first one was one I put together ahead of the event based on items that were sent to me by some of Reid's friends. So let me get to that one. I started with this, which is my official membership certificate, which obviously has changed over the years. This is from 1985.
Wow.
And one of the reasons I put this in there was the signatures that you see on the certificate. We had the international president, Donald Williams. The district governor was Howard Dull.
Oh, yes.
Lieutenant governor was Reid Allen.
Oh, boy.
And our club president was Dave Cashin.
Oh, my God.
So I had a whole list of very key signatures on my membership certificate. So I thought I would share that because Reid was also on there.
Very, very tremendous.
All right. So now let's move along. Here was the introduction to the PowerPoint. And now we got a picture of Reid in high school, Flint Ridge Prep, where he was secretary treasurer.
110 pounds. Dripping wet. 110 pounds. Yeah.
And then we've got some early Kiwanis pictures of Reid here in 1987 on a Caribbean cruise, which was just before the Orlando Kiwanis International Convention with Kathy.
She's the smart one.
And here we have him in Reid and Kathy in 1987 with his black sheep attire, which was District Governor Howard Dull.
Bless his heart.
Then we have Reid and Kathy at the January 1, 1994 Rose Parade.
Yeah, gosh. He's really done some research.
And here's another fun one. Reid and Kathy. I guess that since it's October, I'm assuming this was Halloween. The date's the 29th, and that was probably Halloween that year.
Oh my golly.
So and here's Reid at Bass Lake, and I guess that's the year that Bob Erickson was coming in, since that's his mascot, the Pink Panther there.
Yes.
And here's another one, Reid and Kathy at the 1996 Rose Parade Luncheon, and that's Bob Erickson next to Reid. And there's Bob and the other Ericksons and Kathy.
We talked to Bob the other day. Yeah.
And here they are, Reid's in Hawaii with Bob Erickson and Les Wixon.
Do that.
Having a good time.
Oh my.
You got it?
And here we are, more Hawaii pictures with Kathy and Barbara Wyckoff.
Oh yes. Bless the heart.
And a few more from that that visit with Barbara, Bob, and Kathy.
Tragedy.
And here's another picture of the Hawaii trip. And we got the Santa Clara 1996 District Convention. That looks like it also was another Erickson event.
Oh, yes.
We got the pink coats on.
Pink Panther, right.
All right. And then we have Reid's logo from his year when he was governor, 1997, 1998. Serve from the heart.
Tried.
And there's Reid and Kathy at his Bass Lake training. That's where you knew or members when you went for training as a lieutenant governor, you went to Bass Lake.
Yeah.
And that ultimately got changed to the district office, and now it's being done on Zoom due to the pandemic. So hopefully we'll get back to having those in person next year. Here's some more antics at the lieutenant governor training. I think that's Roy Talley on the far left, but I could be mistaken. I don't know the one next to Roy, between Reid and Roy, but they looks like they're incognito. All right, and we got Pete, Diane, Reid, and Shirley Vildabill in August. I'm assuming that was probably at some other event, because it doesn't look like his convention dates, but it might have been just before convention. And then in 2000, when the Rosefloat Club was brought into existence, this was the first meeting, and had Bob Erickson, Dr. Wayne Hoff is there, and both Reid and Kathy.
Wow.
There's Dave Wallach in the corner. Of course, he was there for the initial installation and then formation of the Rosefloat Club. Here's a Reno District Convention, one of my favorite locations for conventions, with Yoli McLeland and Jane McDonald.
Oh my God.
And here's we got a few pictures from Bob Erickson's retirement party in 2002. There's Bart and Shirley Carroll.
Yeah, another.
And Reid and Kathy and I'm drawing a blank on
Cyrus.
The other fellow there.
Is that John Roberta? No?
No, he was in Division 10. He was a past lieutenant governor. And here's some of Reid's running rebels. Dick and Cheryl Olmsted down at the front row there. And a few other familiar faces that were part of that group. And there's some more of the running rebels. And this is probably from the 2005 Decon reunion of that group. And International President Luncheon in 2006, when Nelson Tucker was International President with Elva. George Francis there in the background next to Reid and behind Elva.
Amazing.
And in 2007, Reid was president of the Roosevelt Club. So this was his picture for the Division 10 directory.
We broke more cameras.
And here's the 2007 International President's Luncheon with Dave Curry. Oscar Knight was there, and Gladys Knight, along with Steve Golden, his wife. He was a lieutenant governor that year. Another picture is Dave Curry and Marla, who's our president that year, and Reid and Dave's wife. And there's Reid representing the Rose Float Club at that event as president. And of course, Reid always featured person at our student awards program. And we were lucky this year. We were able to get a hold of students from all the schools that we normally give awards to, and I've been able to get out the checks to the ones that receive checks, and most of the ones for Hope of America plaques, and some books that we send out to the middle school students. I've got all but one address, so all the rest have been sent out or just about ready to be sent out. So we were able to work around the fact that we couldn't have a luncheon this year and get the awards in the hands of the deserving students in the Pasadena Unified School District. This is another event. It looks like it was probably Career Day, because we used to do a Career Day with high school students, and they were taken out to different venues with different businesses in the area, and it was a great event. Another one, a district convention. This with Kathy and Ted Gibbs. Brian Kunet, past international president, was also at an international convention. And there's Don Kennedy, the same international convention.
Yeah.
Dude.
And here we have Reid as part of the library dedication ceremony for Rosemary's
Come here.
Children's Services. And that was the Greg Wessels, who was the executive director at that time. Reid was a great supporter of Rosemary's Children's Services, and so here he is at their Christmas party, and we had another greenhouse party for them there with a number of our members that attended that. Here's Reid getting the Golden Star Award in 2009. And this is the Star Chef. That was also a Rosemary's Children's Services fundraiser that Reid usually participated in. This is the thank you dinner for the Chef's Committee with Teresa Lamb Simpson, which is one of our political people in Pasadena. Here's another group from the Star Chef Committee at the thank you dinner. We also received a number of letters from past international presidents who couldn't make it for the event. And I put those in the slide. Here's a letter we received from Paul Palazzolo.
Oh my God.
That was sending his regards to Reid on his birthday, and thanking him for his devotion to Kiwanis and sort of characterizing him in one of his projects, which is the Rose Float Project, and thanking him for all the effort that he's put in over the years into that project. This is from Sylvester Neal. This shows Sylvester here on the float. The year he was international president. And again, he talks about Reid's name being synonymous with the Rose Float, and this counseling that he gave him during his 7 years on the Kiwanis board.
Yes. Yes.
We have one more from Alan Penn, past international president. And again, showing his appreciation for all of his contributions and the Kiwanis Rose Float.
Thank you.
Oh, and of course, it's Reid and Kathy.
The one on the right is the brain.
And should complete the first presentation. Now the next group I have will be of the actual event. Just give me a moment here and we'll get that brought up. I'm getting better at this all the time. I've been doing a lot of these things. I share the screen now with this one. We'll get to the actual event. This is from the day of the birthday party. To the control panel here. July 20th, 2013.
Oh, God.
Seems like just yesterday, huh, Reid?
I better believe it.
Yeah, here's where the event was held. It was at the University Club, Cyrus's place. And we started off with a social hour with a lot of Reid's friends and from Kiwanis, outside Kiwanis, and from his church. So we had quite a group of people. Here's a few people that were there. Gail Shopper Gordon and Barry Gordon, her husband. Gail was a member at that time. And of course, everybody recognizes Jimmy Weldon.
Yes.
And George Falardo was the president in 2013. So he was sort of the master of ceremonies for the event, and always does an excellent job. He's got that master of ceremonies voice par excellence. And of course, past Governor Alan Geyer and Melissa were there for the event, and wishing Reid a happy birthday. There's Greg Wessels from Rosemary's Children's Services. Couple people I didn't recognize, so I couldn't put their names down there, but they're some friends of Reid, and I think they have to do with either the University Club.
Is it Don Anderson? Oh.
No.
That's a great man.
And we have some more friends that were there at the event. Of course, Mel Smith and Urshad Hawk, who were members of the Pasadena Club at one point. And there's a recognizable face on the left. I think everybody knows Pete. And next to him is Shirley Carroll.
Pete Horton.
And here's a great picture. Here we got Steve Siemens, Nelson Tucker, and Rocky Barsati. So there's a power trio right there if I ever saw one.
That's right. They got me out of jail many times.
All right, now we have, this is Lon Salgren, who was a Region 13 trustee at the time, Elvia Ribas and Paul White. There's Margot Dutton, who I see joined us late, but is still on the meeting. Here's another bunch of friends. Most of these people are in the, or at one time were in the Rose Float Club. We have Cindy White, Dave Wallach, Phil Hinojos, Blanca Hinojos, and Bob Lagunas. And now we have Don Anderson and some of his family with Janet, his wife. I saw Don join the meeting, so we'll catch up with him once we get through the slideshow, so people can just say hello.
That's Dave there too. Dave Anderson.
And there's Reid and past President Don Kennedy.
Yeah. Oh, God.
And there's Greg again with Elaine. And we have Shirley Nakwatasi, and of course Dick Olmsted and Cheryl.
Oh, my gracious.
And there's Kathy again. Reid in deep thought.
Been there ever since.
There we go, another guest. And there's me and Reid.
Yeah, very nice.
That's when I wasn't working. I was usually doing a lot of things, so I didn't get too many pictures with Reid. Another bunch of his friends that joined us for the event. Again, another picture of Lon. There's Kathy and Paul White. Got in another picture here with Alan and Melissa Geyer. There I am, busy at work, my normal spot, checking everybody in. Again, Mel Smith, yep. Again, Paul White and George Filardo.
Brilliant.
Karen and John Drew.
Right.
Nancy Shire, who did the invocation, and Kathy from, I guess Nancy's from Reid's church. Again, Martin Shirley Carroll with his patriotic tie there. And there's Rita and
Rita,
other people at, I think that's Patty's back. I think it's Patty Barsati's back that we're seeing there.
Rita has more pep.
There's Howard and Karen Dahl.
Great man.
And there's me and my buddy Jimmy. We go back a long way. I remember Jimmy when I was 5 years old and he was doing his Webster Webfoot television program, and I can still remember him on black and white TV sitting in my living room, and he's got a voice that you just never forget, and a great friend of Kiwanis.
You bet.
All right, here we go. We got again Elvia Rivas, Rita Nelson, Patty Barsati, and Patricia Cridlin from SLP at the district office.
Wow.
Here we have Ken and Pat Umbarger, along with Rocky and Alan Geyer. Another one of our members, Patty Woolman. And here's some more friends of Reid. Another just group of people. Here's sort of a shot of the reception room where we had the social. And another group shot there. And there's another picture of Reid. There's Bart Carroll again. And might be a few people recognize this guy in the club. He's been around a few years.
Yes, he has.
That's Joe Moore. There's Dr. Fun, Wayne Hoff, and his wife Lynn.
Yes.
And again, Don Kennedy. And we have Kathy, Elvia, and Nelson here. This picture. And there's Gail and her husband. Another group of people with Jimmy, and might find yourself in the background if you're watching here. Some of these pictures. There's Reid getting a big hug from Rita.
More energy.
And another friend of Reid's. And there's again Howard, Dull, and Karen, and Jimmy Weldon having a chat. This was Horst Leckler, one of our past members, his wife, and Urshad Hawk. And another picture of Mel Smith. We miss him tremendously.
Yes.
Another good picture of Don and Janet. So I'm glad Don joined the meeting so he can enjoy some of these pictures because he's in a few of them. Again, there's Karen Drew and Sherry Arluna, who worked at Citizens Business Bank at that time. And there he is, another picture with Urshad Hawk. Another picture of Don and his family. And here's another one of our past members, Dr. James Getson and his wife, Joyce. We've lost a few of these people over the years and since the party, and they've been definitely missed. And here's our flower girl. Susan Light. We always call on her to do the flowers because she always does a great job. So this was no exception. She took care of it for Reid's party and made sure we had some nice roses for the party. All right, well, that was the social. Now we get into the actual party itself. This was the program that we put together. We always list our past presidents. Pasadena Club was founded in 1920. Our first president was Kenny Newell, who began the Kiwanis Club in Pasadena. These were the officers and some of the other people who were there who were scheduled to speak at the event. These were the VIPs that were there. We had past international presidents, Bob Moore, Steve Siemens was there, Nelson Tucker, Don Canaday. The governors that were there at the event, Wade Hoff, Bob Erickson, Nelson Tucker, of course, Reid, Patty, Dick Olmsted, Alan Geyer, and Rocky. So as you can see, he had a fairly impressive list of guests coming to his 90th birthday party. So I'm glad we got a lot of those people back today celebrating his 97th. So there's his birthday cake, 90th. This was the dining area, the setting where we had the main event. Another angle, and then of course George ran the proceedings as a master of ceremony, did a fantastic job.
He's a genius.
And you can't have Jimmy Weldon and not have him do the flag salute. So of course Jimmy was there and he did his special version of the flag salute. And I don't care how many times I see Jimmy do that. I still enjoy watching his presentation. His memory is still flawless, and he gets through that without a hitch every time he does it. I had Jimmy on my lieutenant governor's installation. He did his flag salute there, and it was just made my installation as lieutenant governor that much more meaningful. And then again, the invocation was done by the friend from Reid's church. Some of the other, Greg Wessels again. I think I was introducing my slideshow at that point. My one chance to eat, so I took advantage of it. Next to Joe Moore and Lori Butler, who was the district executive director at that time. And then we got Nicola Keller and Karen Drew. We got Greg, Elaine, and Nicola from our club. And Reid, Kathy, and Nicola. And Nicola and George. And another group of people in the dining area. Mel Smith. And Trina and Reid. And Susan. And there's a governor duo of Patty and Alan. Again, Urshad Hawk. Now there's a serious master ceremonies if I ever saw one, George. Then Don Canada. Dick Olmsted. I think Dick's wearing his badge from when he was a lieutenant governor under Reid.
Right.
That
was the uniform.
That was the whole uniform. So I guess you collect all that stuff. I'm surprised you even knew where you could find it, Dick.
I had that in 97, 98, and it still fit.
Yeah, that's always a good thing.
Right. Awesome.
All right, so there he is with Cheryl, and then Lori said a few words on the day of the event. And, you know, you couldn't have an event without Bob Erickson saying a few words. And, you know, he had a lot of
humor.
He had a lot of humor that he infused into his speech when he was talking about Reid. There's past President Bob Moore and sort of Steve Siemens off to the side. There's Howard Dahl, and he was always a good speaker. I had Howard also at my lieutenant governor's installation, and he did his little program that he was famous for with the Clown Act, where it was called "Do We Really Understand?" And saw that the first time at Bass Lake, and it just blew me away. So when I had my installation, he was kind enough to come down and do that for my lieutenant governor installation. And you know, I just had everything go right on that day, and he was one of the highlights. Of course, he presented Reid and Kathy with their own Mouseketeer ears in typical Howard Dahl fashion. And there's Reid enjoying his new gift with Kathy. Karen Drew also had some kind words for Reid and how he had helped her through her career and in Kiwanis. She was actually our first female president of the Pasadena Kiwanis Club. She followed my year as Pasadena Kiwanis president. She's thanking Reid for all of his help. And I think that she's giving Reid a copy of the speech that she gave. Give him a copy of what she was presenting at the event. And then, of course, back to George. And then the next speaker was none other than Pete Horton, who had a long history with Reid and had a lot of kind words to say. And then Reid had to say a few things in response. I think he was enjoying what he was hearing from all the different speakers that were praising him for all the things that he'd done.
I've been conceited ever since.
Then they caught me, I think, sleeping here with my eyes open.
Yeah, Joe Moore.
And there's Margot enjoying the festivities. And again, Reid making a presentation to Kathy here.
Yeah.
He had a very nice gift that he felt giving gifts on his birthday was better than receiving gifts.
Amen.
So here's a gift that he gave Kathy, which was a ring. There is his birthday cake again, I guess. And then this was the part that I was actually waiting for. This was going to be a surprise. Reid had no idea this was coming. This is Don Kennedy. He's a retired general, past international president. And we got together. He and actually Chris Williams, who was a former member of our club, put this together. Chris was sort of the instigator, and we worked it out with him and Don Kennedy, and we're able to get him Reid presented with his Purple Heart.
Responsible for that.
And he had no idea that was coming.
No way. Very humble. Boy.
So, and then Jimmy gave some words of encouragement after the presentation that were rather amazing. It was impromptu, but it was, I can still remember the reactions. And here's Reid reacting, I think, to everything that had just happened there.
Never forget it.
And I think there's a salute to Reid for his service in the Navy during World War II. And of course, you always have to give Reid a few more words here. So we have George, and then we have a few more shots of the medal here. That's probably one of the better ones, the actual Purple Heart. Reid was actually mentioned recently in the Pasadena Star News. They had a story on him about his experience in World War II on the subchaser that he was on. If we have time, I'll try to go through that. It's just a brief article, but it it talks about his experiences and shows a few pictures of him back then and some of the other medals he actually earned while he was in service with the Navy. This is Jan Moore, who's the wife of Bob Moore, and she's also currently a member of the Pasadena Kiwanis Rose Float Club. And one of my favorite speakers, Steve Siemens. He's got a way with words, and we still enjoy when he comes to the foundation and the district and does trainings for our board members, and always has some good advice and some good material to share with us. He's one great motivator.
Yes,
Another great motivator in that same vein is Nelson Tucker.
Yes.
I can recall many times where he did talks about member recruitment, and probably one of the best recruiters that Kiwanis has seen of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave, you can't see Dave without thinking about the Rose Float. He's He's been an integral part for years. And he had a presentation to make at this event that we'll see here in a minute, talking about the parade and Reid's involvement. He was clearly focused on every word that Dave had to say. And then what Dave had for him was a picture of all the float riders from 2013, because that was the year that Reid rode on the float. There's Reid right there, and Tom DiGiulio is there. He was on the float that year. So that was the Magic Carpet Ride. That was the name of that float. So that was presented to Reid during the event. Other picture. So
they put me on a stair, on a lift, put me on the float. You know.
So that was the party, and if you were there, you probably saw yourself.
Good job. Good job.
So what we'll do now is, why don't we, anybody that wants to talk to Reid, why don't you go ahead and give your shout out, but let's try to do it some organized fashion so we don't get too carried away. So Nelson, you want to say something?
Absolutely. Again, happy birthday, Reid. I just cannot wait until your 100th birthday. And I told you that back in January when we were together. And I just can't wait. So never have a doubt that you will be going way beyond 100. Happy birthday, my friend.
Good Lord, good.
Reid?
Yes.
This is Pat from Division 10. Reid, wait a minute. You had said something to me at probably my third or fourth Kiwanis DCM way back in 2013. I think it was the first one that we had at the bank building, and Doc Foster was still with us at that time. And you said to me, Pat, one of these days you will be Lieutenant Governor. Reid, you are holding me to your word, and I thank you very much. I thank you so much for all of your mentoring that you not only did for me, but you also did for so many Kiwanians, and how you motivated them to move on and to keep on going. I just, you are a motivation to me every time I see you, and I just really thank you for that.
Thank you.
Reid Allen, it's Rocky Barsati.
My God, there he is.
Absolutely. And I got to know you from your voice before I got to know really you in Kiwanis, which is a very interesting experience. But I remember all the experiences at Bass Lake. And Reid, you were very inspirational to myself and Patty. And I remember a few years ago when you looked at me and said, when are you going to be governor? And I said, no way. I'm not going to be a governor. I love being a Kiwanian, but you changed my mind. And today was the first time I got to know your theme, which was Serve from the Heart. I love that theme. And no wonder it went so well with my theme, Heart of a Hero. And we talked each month during my year as governor, and I appreciated those talks all the time. You are very inspirational. You're a great Kiwanian, and you do truly have the heart of the hero. Thank you.
Hello, Reid.
Oh my gosh.
I had a terrible time getting into this, but I finally made it. And Reid, I can't tell you enough and how much I've thought over and over and over. There are two men in my life and our family's life that are more important than anybody else in this world. You're one of them, Reid. And the other one that has a birthday on the same day that you do is my father, who is a charter member of Kiwanis Club. He's no longer with us now. and you were both born on July 20th. So this is a special day to us, and our family loves you too. I might add too, in looking at these little pictures, Craig, you look pretty distinguished. You're good looking more distinguished all the time. And I'll let you go now, but I just wanted to know how much we and our family love you. And we wish you a happy birthday, and our prayers are with you, and especially with Kathy, hoping things will turn out real well there. I'm sure they will. Thank you so much for all you do, and thanks to the Kiwanis Club for putting up with me. I can't walk very well, but I can sit real well. So happy birthday, Reid.
Thank you.
Don, you're our longest term member. You've got 65 years as a member of Pasadena Kiwanis.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's pretty good. I remember I joined the Kiwanis Club when I got out of the service, and we used to have a store in Alhambra. So I first joined the Alhambra Kiwanis Club, and it was the very day, it was the very week that our oldest daughter, Karen, was born. So I can remember when I did join Kiwanis from that incident. And thank you all for what you're doing, especially you. We are so grateful for all these people that you had on there and what they've done for Kiwanis. I hope to be back soon. Bye.
Somebody else?
Yeah, this is Margot Reid. I've known you almost 25 years now, and I'm going to say the same thing Pat did. I think you're an inspiration to a lot of us and a mentor to a lot of us. And I think I first met you at the Rose Float site when I was a club member at Northridge, and a lot has happened since then, but you have always been an inspiration to me and a mentor, and it is my pleasure to be here and wish you a happy birthday and many, many more.
No one. Thank you.
Hey, Reid, this is Yvette McDowell. Happy birthday to you. You have always held such a special place in my heart from the day I first met you. And I just want to say I love you, and I wish you 90 more years of health, wealth, and prosperity. And it is a pleasure to be here with you today. So you enjoy this special day, my friend.
Never forget it.
Governor, it's Richard.
Oh.
Our paths crossed about 24 years ago when I was lucky enough to be one of your lieutenant governors. And you and Kathy showed us so much love over the years. Cheryl and I love you and Kathy both. I'm a much better person for having met you. And happy birthday to you, sir. I'm looking forward to that 100th. I think we ought to plan it right now.
Hi, Reid. This is Mel Matthews, and Donna and I want to greet you on this reenactment of your birthday. And indeed, we hope to have many more of these birthdays. Donna and I always appreciated the Christmas fruit baskets that you sent to us over the years, and it was just a very special to us. And you've always been a great friend to us ever since I joined Kiwanis.
Reid, it's Pete Horton and Diane. And of course, we met in Bass Lake in 1985. We were black sheep together. By the time we left Bass Lake, we knew that we were going to be seeing a lot more of you. And in fact, you and myself and Greg Mason all went on to serve the district. But I've served with a lot of governors on a lot of governors' teams. But I must say, there was no governor I've ever served with that had a greater heart for Kiwanis than Reid and Kathy. And we love you both, Reid. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Reid.
Anybody else?
Yeah, Reid, Dick Hune.
My gosh.
I want to wish you a happy birthday. 97 years is a great time. But I also want to thank you for the opportunity to serve as district administrator for Key Club during your term as governor. It was a great year for me.
Good.
And a great group of governors we had that year under your leadership.
Come on.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Reid, this is Jody Davis here, and on behalf of all the other members of the Pasadena Club who haven't had a chance to speak up yet,
Jody.
we all wish you a happy birthday, and you are Mr. Kiwanis to us. And you, like everybody said, you have a heart of gold, and you are such a valued member of our club.
Thank you. Privilege.
Can I say something?
Sure, Cyrus, go ahead.
Yeah. Now, I know Mr. Allen as a member of University Club for almost 12 years. Plus, I know him through Kiwanis. And, I never seen any member, like him as positive as he is. He always motivates me all the time. Anytime I talk to him on the phone to see how he's doing, always he come out with the positive words and sentences. And I could not believe it. It's already 7 years past when we had his 90th in the dining room. It went by very fast. And for sure, we're gonna celebrate his 100 years here at University Club. Wish him all of the best.
Reid, this is Steve Siemens. Happy birthday, but I'm going to tell you the greatest gift that you've given to all of us is stuff that money will never buy, and the possessions that wear out and don't last forever. You've given us great value and things that will live on forever, and that's your heart. And so thanks for having a heart for people. Thanks for having a heart for Kiwanis. Thanks for being a servant leader and just caring about others more than you care for yourself. A great role model and a great person that has touched all of our lives, and we're so grateful. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Steve. Coming from you, it means a lot.
All right, my turn. Reid, this is Jeannie.
Yes.
I have known you maybe longer than a lot of these people because of tournament, and my grandfather, my uncle, and my dad being tournament members and growing up decorating floats. And then to be able to work with you down at Rosemont. And so I can't even remember how long I've known you and Kathy. But you do have something, as everybody else has said, that is, you can't put a price tag on it. It's your friendship, your concern, your loyalty, and you have been a big influence in my life. So I want to thank you and tell you I love you. So have a great birthday. Again, love to Kathy, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Bless you.
Anybody else want to speak up? Let me switch over just quickly. I've got that article ready to go that was in the Star News that talked about Reid. I'll put that up now. Let's see if I can make this larger here. So this is back on May 31st, I believe it was in the Star News, but there's a picture of a sub chaser that Reid served on, and it talks about this being 75 years ago that Reid was on that sub chaser and serving our country right off the island of Okinawa. It was, quite a battle, as we all know from the history books. It talks about Reid and Kathy
Yes.
living in Pasadena
Huh?
in the same house that he lived in as a child. So that's been in Reid's family a long time over there on California Avenue, just over, not too far from the Rose Bowl. He was serving as a radio man, first class aboard the Sub Chaser, 110-foot long wooden hull boat with a crew of 28, who was protecting the other Navy ships. So one particular morning, it talks about started with an attack on the crew. They were called the battle stations. And the Japanese Air Forces were attacking the ships, and they were out there to try to help protect them. And so their ship came under attack, and Reid was working with the machine gun crew and trying to fight off the attackers, and they managed to survive the attack with light damage, but Reid did get injured. He's had an injury to his hand, and he was given first aid, and hopefully you can, I've scrolled down far enough, you can see the picture of Reid here in the Navy, and his Purple Heart and the other medals that he was awarded while he was serving in the Navy. They've got the World War II Victory and Good Conduct medals, and talks about Reid's life member of the Patrol Craft Sailors Association.
£110.
So again, then it talks about after returning to Pasadena, he started his career in insurance, and has spent decades of public service with Kiwanis, and then also mentioned his riding on the Rose Float in 2013. So Reid's meant a lot to a lot of people. He is definitely an inspiration. I've always considered him one of my Kiwanis fathers. He's inspired me to do things in Kiwanis I never thought I would do. He nominated me when I was a lieutenant governor to be on the foundation board the first time. And from then I spent over 13 years on the board before I was elected vice president. And I will take over as president of the district foundation in October. So Reid, I owe that all to you.
Oh, you're unusual.
Anybody else? Pete, do you want to say something? You're muted here.
Yeah, it's the first time I opened my mouth and nobody can hear me. That's unusual. Anyway, Reid, you've been an inspiration, I think, to the many governors that have come on after you were governor. And you were an inspiration to me. I became president of the foundation, along with like Dick did, and went on to become governor. And I would call you once in a while to get some advice, and you always had it. You're the one of the people in a person's lifetime that really stand out because of who you are and your big heart and everything else about you. And there are very few you run across in your lifetime like that, but you're one of them. Thank you, Reid. Happy birthday.
There's the credit.
All right, we got a few more minutes. Anybody else want to add a few words? Sure, Reid would like to hear from you if you haven't said anything yet.
done, the work he's done, the logistics he's gathered, and he's a good speaker. Everything he does, he touches, is wonderful. And I'm so humble to know him. Thank you.
All right, well, let's sing Reid happy birthday on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Reid. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Craig, I
Happy
hope you
birthday,
didn't-
Reid.
Hope you didn't record that
Happy
one.
birthday, Reid.
Happy birthday, Governor.
Happy birthday, Reid.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hey, there's the big man.
Hey, Dave Wallach.
Heyo.
Hi, Jeannie.
Hi, Margot.
Happy birthday, Reid. I love you.
Thank you, dear. You've done such a yeoman job. Never repay any of you. It's a humble experience. Thanks to Craig. Craig deserves the honor of all honors to when he's put this together and put the Kiwanis together.
No, Reid, I just know what all you mean to all these people who wanted to join in this meeting. So I tried to get the word out to as many people as I could. Like I said, I got a hold of everybody I was hoping to get in touch with except for Don Canada. And maybe what we can do is we'll have this up on YouTube. Anna's going to help me. And we can make it available for those people that couldn't make it but wanted to be here.
Thank you so much, Craig, for doing this. We
Yes.
really appreciate it. And Governor Reid,
Sure.
we want to be here for your 100th too. So in 3 more years, we're going to celebrate again. Absolutely.
Check with the guy upstairs.
And he's looking out for you.
Absolutely.
You and
Reid,
Kathy both.
thank Lily for helping you set up your machine today so we could do this.
Welcome.
Oh, hi, Lily. It's Jeannie.
How are you?
My extended family.
Happy birthday, Reid. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Happy birthday, Reid. Dave Schmidt here signing out. See ya.
Bye.
Reid, you take care. What else can I say but happy birthday and just have a great rest of the day and just looking forward to seeing you a lot more. Okay, hugs, hugs, hugs. You take care.
Mr. Allen, happy birthday again. Wish you the best. If you need anything from the club, don't hesitate. Let me know. Craig, you did a great job today. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
Cyrus, thank you.
Reid, Bob Regal here. Just wanted to say I'm looking
Yes, sir.
forward to having this meeting with you next year in person. So we can congratulate you on your 98th birthday face to face. I'm looking forward to it. You've been such a great inspiration to all of us. Thank you.
Again,
Have a great day.
check with the boss upstairs. He's the one who controls. I do nothing. Thank you all for coming together, taking the time, and words of wisdom, and words of love, words of friendship. I can never get over it. Never get over it. All of you. Your family. Your family. Thank you.
Well,
you
you
are
know,
truly an inspiration, Reid. You really are. That word was used so many times today in the last hour and a half. It's amazing. You have so many good friends, and they are from all around the United States and the world. You've made a difference in so many people's lives, but inspiration, what a key word. You are inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you. Copy. Oh, thank you. Mhm.
And hello to Don Anderson.
Yeah.
It's Jeannie, Don. You're on mute, but I just wanted to say hi to you and Bob and Dave and Pat, old Rosebud group. All right, well, we could sit here and stare at each other all day long, but I think I will get back to work. So love you, Reid.
Bless
Hi to Kathy. Hi, everybody. Big hugs and see you soon.
Thank you, Jeannie, also for your association with the Tournament of Roses. You do so much for them and for Kiwanis. We appreciate that. And I sure do know, and our whole family, including Janet, who's sitting right here beside me, to let Reid know what an inspiration he is, as has been expressed by so many people. Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah. And hello to Janet, since she's sitting right there.
Thank you, Jeannie.
All right, everybody. I'll talk to you later.
Well, as you know, Reid, you are an inspiration to all of us. You are a mentor to many of us. We do what we do because of you. You are the heart and the light and the energy that we all have for Rose Float and for Kiwanis. And I personally think we should change the name from Kiwanis to Reid.
Oh my God.
You know that you are a mentor to all of us and a love to all of us. And truly, you are our father. As we keep on saying family, you are our matriarch. And on your 100th birthday, be sure to bring the cake, okay? That's your responsibility for your 100th. But don't bring candles because we don't have enough fire extinguishers.
Thank you, Dave, for all you do for Kiwanis.
It's because of you.
Oh no.
Yes, it is.
I'm very humble, very humble.
Yeah.
Thank you for your kindness.
We give you big hugs.
Oh my. Thank you very much. Thank you, Craig, for bringing all this on my table today. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we're glad we could get the technology working for you here, Reid.
Yeah.
We've been hoping you could figure it out on your own, but thanks to Lily, we now maybe we can see you a little more often. You can join the regular meetings, or you can join the Rose Float Club meetings. We all use the same meeting number, so all you have to do is sign on at the time that the meetings start, and you can join any of those meetings under that same link. So then you get to see all your friends on a more regular basis, because a lot of us don't get a chance to get out and see anybody, and it's nice to see people and to be seen.
Thank you, Craig. Thank you. Reflection of yourself.
All right.